This is a tutorial on how to sync and edit dual system footage where your picture and your sound are recorded on separate devices. First thing you need to do is go in and import, log and transfer all of your visual footage from the camera. For instance, if we're shooting using P2 cards, log and transfer, this window will come up, you add selection to queue, and it will turn it all into QuickTimes in your what do you call it? In your system settings. Next thing we need to do is import the audio. So let's find the folder. There's a folder with all the audio. We go choose, and there will be all of our audio. Next thing we need to do is label this. Now what I do is I leave this number here because that's a reference back to the original, but if I double click, I can take a look on my slate and see there's scene take one. Clearly not easy to see with all the writing on the back, and a light in the front would be helpful, but that's a camera issue. So I'll go scene 1, take 1, and then I'll leave that other number in. So you go through each one, scene 1, take 2. Go in and label that 1-2 with a space, and you continue on. There's 1 take 3. There's 1A take 1. 1A-1. And I did want to put a little space after those, didn't I? Okay, same thing with my audio. I'm going to double click on it, and I can see, well, clearly there's no good audio there, so I'm just going to delete that so that I don't have to deal with it later on. There's obviously somebody's gone and put some timing, a reference bar. Now I can go in here.
Mark it. Scene 1, take 1.
Here I can hear what it is.
Scene 1, take 1.
Ooh, now I got a double sticks in there, so I got to keep track of that.
Scene 1, take 1.
So scene 1, take 1. So now I can go in and go 1-1, and I don't need this other information. So next one. Oh, we're back to that one again. I'm just going to delete that out for the time being. Okay, that was really short. Obviously, nothing we're going to want. And it's pretty obvious where the slate is.
Scene 1, take 2.
There we go. 1, take 2. Okay, so once you've gone through and done that for all of the picture and the audio, next thing to do, prep the visual a little bit. So what we'll do is we'll bring this down. Yeah, change it to that setting. That would be great. Now I've got my picture and my audio here, but I don't need this audio. So I'm going to highlight it all and delete it. Okay, what I need to do though is go in and find that slate and find the first frame where I see the picture, where I see the slate sticks coming together. And you can see it's a little difficult without light and without the sticks being more center in the frame. I can see here's the sticks coming down, and there they're not quite closed. There's the first frame where they're closed. So I'm going to highlight my clip and press M to create a marker. Now I'll go and find scene 1, take 1 in my audio, double click on it, and
Mark it. Scene 1, take 1.
Okay, so I got 2 sets of sticks here. I'm going to go for the second set, because that's for sure the camera is on. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to listen as I zoom in here for the first frame where I hear the sticks coming together. Right there. And then I'll set a marker in there as well. So now when I drag my picture, my sound, drag that sound down to the picture, I'll have the two markers. And all I need to do is put those two markers together. And I should be in sync. Oh, but it didn't work because I went for the second sticks. I saw it in my audio, but I didn't hear it in my picture. So now I'm going to go in and look for that. Ooh, and hard, really hard to see in there. Little trick if you need to. Go in and throw in an effect. Color filter. Go into that color filter and just make it really bright. That way you can see the sticks coming down better. Not quite there. There's the first frame. So I'm going to go and put a marker there. I'll go in and turn off my color correction. So now I can go and move my audio so that it matches up to that one. I can zip ahead, make sure that
What's this all about?
I can see that they're in sync. Now I need to make sure that the picture and the audio are married together. So I'll highlight both of them, go modify, and I will look for link. Now it puts the two together, so if I separate the audio, it will tell me that the audio and the picture are separated. So it keeps them together. Now what I want to do is I want to make this an independent clip. So I'm going to go in here, back in my browser, and I'm going to make a new bin, and I'm going to label it as a scene number. Scene 1. Especially when you're editing a short film with a number of scenes, you're going to want to keep these scenes separated. Now when I click and highlight the audio and the picture as well, and I go modify, make subclip, essentially what that's going to do is it's going to turn it into when I drag it back to the browser, it's going to turn it into a new movie clip with my new sound married to it. I'll take it and drag it into my scene folder so that all of my picture and sound that have been sunk together are going to live in this scene folder. If I double click on it, there I can see where my picture and sound are. And now I can go in and select, say, an in point and an out point. And when I bring that in, the two will be married together. So now, once I've got this bin and I've got everything organized together, I can now edit the movie.